You don't have a problem making more money. You have a problem listening to your prospects. So when you're at the table, sit down and ask legitimate questions. Listen to what their problem is. Find out their true objection and overcome it. Here are 10 objections that you can overcome today. First one is something that we always hear about. We need to think about it. Your response should be, I totally understand. This is a huge decision. It's a big risk for you. Just so we're on the same page, how long would you say that you think that you need to think about this presentation here and your decision? You can follow up with some detailed things about what you have already presented. I get the impression that you fell in love with duration shingle here and the sure nail strip that comes with it. Is that right? The product is right. We have that understood. And just so we're on the same page, are we the right company for you to install this? So then obviously when the time comes, the only other thing that we really need to discuss is the money. We always want to bring it back to the money. Typically when somebody brings the objection to money, it's one of three things. It's value, in which you don't necessarily see you paying for the price that we're asking. Another one is affordability. You simply just don't know where or how you're going to be able to afford this price. Or it's just a timing issue where you're waiting on a bonus or a tax return or another lump sum of money that you are expected in the future. Which one of those three would you say is fit for you at this certain time? This is bringing it back to money. We always want to bring it back to money because then we can adjust how we're presenting it to them, how their pay terms are. If you're not offering financing, you need to offer financing. Is a huge tool for me and my company. It allows us to overcome this money issue with customers. And you can get creative. You don't no longer have to take any money down right now. It's a monthly payment. We don't need to take any money until the material's delivered, or even until we show up that day. If you're financing and the loan is already accepted and they're approved, you know that you're good. So you don't need to accept or take your first draw until you're either charged by your supplier, or if you want to wait until you show up the first day or whatever. It's your prerogative, however you want to help the customer. We do have pay terms, but in certain situations, if customers need us to wait, then we'll wait, especially if they're approved already, because we know that the funding is there. So bring it back to money. Use everything that we just talked about, the next time you hear, we need to wait. What you're saying is if I was sitting in front of you in November, we would be signing a contract today. So I really look forward to working with you at that time, when that time comes. Let me ask you, if I was able to install this roof for you before November, or avoid having to wait till you receive this lump sum of money, does that sound like something that you'd be interested in? If you haven't already presented your financing options, they're gonna ask you, yeah, but how are you gonna do that, Mike? I'm glad you asked. We have trade partners that will allow us to work with customers in situations like yours. I'm able to install your roof in 2 weeks, and I don't need any money down from you. In fact, there's no money, no interest, no payments owed for 12 months. So the objection here is that they're expecting money down the road. You're reassuring that, hey, whenever we meet down the road, if this is 6 months, down the road, when you get your check, we would have a contract signed, right? Yeah, getting them on board, getting them happy about doing business with you. Presenting options that's gonna allow you to sign a contract today. That's why having financing is so important in your business now, because it gets creative and it allows you to help customers that do not have the funds right now or can't afford a large payment up front. Can create it in monthly payment. We have a couple different options that we offer, and one definitely is 12 months, same as cash. No money down, no monthly payments, no interest for 12 months. So it's perfect for customers that are expecting a tax return, a bonus, lump sum, or whatever. So use this to your advantage. Follow these and overcome that objection. And by the way, guys, this is not roofing specific. I own a roofing company, so I talk about roofing. These are sales objections. These are objections that no matter what you're selling, you're going to come across, and handling these objections this way can help you with whatever industry you're in. This is not roofing specific. Number 3, something that we hear a lot, we're not buying today. Clearly, this is a defensive objection. They're not doing nothing today. There's nothing that you're gonna change, that you're not just gonna change their mind right away. Get them off the defense. You can't do your job, which is sign contracts and pick up checks, if they're constantly on the defense. Did our office not tell you that I'm just here to present information to you, to show you what you have going on, to go through some photos, to show you why we tailored this estimate for you and why we believe as a professional that you need it? When you can use documentation to help you as a company, it relieves pressure of sales, because now what you're truly doing is you're providing a solution to them. So when they say we're not buying today, that's fine. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to just show you what you have going on and give you information. That will help them lower their fences, and then you can kind of start going into a trial close and then hopefully close them down after that. But when they give you that objection, they're very defensive. So you need to overcome that by being on their side. Yes, I'm not here to sell you anything today. Our office should have told you that we're just coming out to give you information today anyways. The last thing you want to do is be pushy. We're not pushy here. We're providing a solution tailored to your problem, and show them that with detailed documentation. Hopefully you take a lot of photos or whatever industry that you're in to show the customer why they need what you're presenting to them, and it kind of lowers the defensiveness from customers. Number 4, customer objection. This is just more than we can afford right now. This is another reason why creative payment options for your business is going to help you and your sales team. A way to overcome this objection with your customer is simply asking them, what is it about the price? Is it the total price or is it the monthly payment? So when we come out and we're going to sign a contract and we come out with a cost, we should be coming out with our best number. We're not coming out and giving a customer a price just to discount it, just to get the job. We have to justify that discount, right? Well, we can justify the discount. We at my company do what's called a downsell method. So we can take things off of the estimate to justify lowering the price, but we can only go so far. You know, the products, the systems require certain products, so you can only go so far. But you do have one thing left in your pocket, and that's what we call a marketing agreement, okay? You can use this to your advantage to lower the price really however much you want. You're gonna have a leeway with your company. You gotta have some trust with your sales guys and with your sales managers. However, or you might just have a certain amount. But your marketing agreement will allow you one last resort to lower prices to get to where their issue is. What do they have an issue with? The down payment, total cost, the monthly payment, what is it? So the marketing agreement, you can get creative with it. We here require 5-star review on Google, Facebook review, signs, and a sign in your yard for 60 days. Because we explained to them that our biggest cost as a company is acquiring new customers. So this marketing agreement, by doing this right away, helps us gain more customers. So it's gonna justify us dropping this price a little bit more. This is our favorite tactic because it works so well and it makes sense for the customer. They're able to feel like they're getting a discount. We're not just giving away money to sign a contract. We are getting something in return. We're getting that sign left in their yard for 2 months. We're getting a review no matter what on both, Facebook and Google or BBB, whatever you guys choose. It's a win-win for all parties here, and it's something that you need to talk about in your organization. Okay, there's a couple here when it's out of our budget that we like to use, that I like to use, and it's finding common ground. It's absolutely, I completely understand. I like to stick to my budget. Budgeting is a smart thing to do. However, when I find something that I like and it's solving a problem for me, I buy it. We work hard for the money that we have. So it's smart to budget and it's wise to budget. But if it's solving an issue for you, it's just as wise. It's an investment. So part of this rebuttal is reminding them, because most people that budget typically invest money as well too, or they see value in investing something because they're budgeting for it. Usually somebody that's budgeting has some financial education or has some financial literacy, kind of turning the tables as opposed to not just about this budget, solving their problem for them, solving their issue, providing the best customer experience for them, being a low risk contractor, and framing it as an investment. This is an investment in your home. You're not gonna have to worry about this. You're gonna have whatever your company's workmanship warranty or whatever warranties you're selling them. Try to frame it as an investment as opposed to a transaction. Typically that works well with this budget objection. Number 6, the one we hear most and our favorite one, your price is too much. So the rebuttal is really simple. How do you mean? What do you mean I'm too much? Please explain to me how you came to that conclusion. Is it comparing us to another contractor? What is it? We're too much compared to what? Did you have a specific number number in mind. Where did you come up with that number? Because you can kind of start to poke holes or start to figure out exactly what they're comparing you to. I always like to ask when somebody tells me I'm too much compared to what? Explain it to me. Well, what's too much? And then we can start to break down what they really mean or what they're really comparing it to. There's layers to that objection. It could really just be a timing issue. You need to find out what they mean by too much. So you need to just straight up ask it. It's okay to just ask questions and be blunt as well too, because it's not what you say, it's how you say these things to people when you're at the table. Don't be afraid to just straight up ask them. Number 7, we hear a ton as well too, your competitor is cheaper. What they're really telling you here is that they like you, they want to do business with you, but a lot of times they're trying to get your price down to another bid that they got from somebody else. One thing I really like to ask, this gives you the next step, is I completely agree with you. You know, there's always going to be somebody out there that's going to be able to do it cheaper. But let me ask you, if we were to put both proposals together next to each other and it was the same exact price, what company would you choose? So when they tell us it's you guys, then wow, it's us. Okay, great. Would you explain why? Let them talk about what about your presentation, what they like, and keep fishing for that. Really, is there anything else? Keep asking questions to allow them to say a lot of positive things about you and what they like about you. And then when they're done, you can close them with, perfect. So now you can kind of see and understand the difference. Is the $1,000 difference that big of a difference now after everything that you just explained? Or don't you see the value in the extra $2,000 you're about to spend here? So letting them start to say a bunch of positive things about you and what they really like about you, why they're here entertaining you even though they had the cheaper bid. They could have, you know, if they're going to continue to say the good things that they like about you, they're giving you the answer that they really want to do business with you. So let them start to say some more positive things about you guys. What the real difference is you guys are way more professional. We like to hear that. We want to hear that. Let them say it. And then, well, don't you see the value now, why there's a difference there? Number 8 is we need 3 estimates. We need 3 estimates is kind of assuming that you're the first one out. You can simply ask them as well too, has anybody else been out? This is a question that we ask. It's a part of our process, but we really love being the first out because of how thorough our process is. We don't really care which one we're at, but we prefer to be the first one out. If that's what they're gonna tell you, then here's some objections to overcome that. I understand the you're wanting 3 bids and the emotion behind that of why you need 3 bids. Is there any other reason you wouldn't feel comfortable with choosing Total Roofing today other than just needing to get 3 bids? So get them to say no, no, everything seems great so far from you. When you do get the other bids and you sit them down next to each other, what is going to be the most important thing for you? Something that we always ask in our sales process when we're presenting to somebody before we even do it is, what is the most important thing to you when choosing the contractor for this project? That right there is going to give you a lot of ammo to overcome price, to overcome a lot of stuff. They're going to tell you exactly what it is. And in our industry, a lot of it is reliability, reputation, cleaning up after yourself when you're at my property, taking care of my property. You hear price, we hear the same different things, but asking them that up front is something that you can prep yourself to overcome on the back. What is the criteria? What are you looking for when you're gonna compare these other two bids to ours? Typically looking for the best value. So just straight up ask them, perfect. So whenever you understand or see when you're comparing that our value meets your expectations, could you see yourself being a customer of ours? Hopefully they respond yes, most of the time they will. So once we get to that point, I know that there's other contractors out there that absolutely will do it cheaper. I don't believe that there's contractors out there that will do it cheaper and provide the same level of service and quality of workmanship that we're going to provide at your home. What we have for situations like this is what's called our price assurance guarantee. And this is us, putting our money where our mouth is. You said a lot of positive things about us today, and it seems like, we're probably going to be a good fit for you. In the case that one of the other estimates that you have is apples to apples, exactly what we're presenting to you and exactly how we do things, our price assurance guarantee will say, okay, well, we can review these And as long as everything is apples to apples and it's the same, then we will match that price. That's gonna allow us and give you some assurance that if you do find another company out there that is cheaper than us and is doing things the exact same way that we're doing it, then we'll honor that and we'll do it because you still ultimately want to work with us. No, we want to work with you as well too. In the event you get those, we're putting our money where our mouth is. We'll introduce our price assurance guarantee to you if we hit that. I look forward to seeing you, whenever you collect your two other bids, close them down after that. At the end of the day, if you really think that we're the right company for you, what else would you be looking for in another company while you're waiting for these other 2 bids? Most of the time, they're not gonna have anything to say other than price. When they reply with nothing, I guess, wouldn't it just be easier and save yourself a lot of time and headache of waiting through other estimates like this, other sales pitches to just get this done today? Don't be afraid to ask for the business. Number 9, this is specifically, I need to talk to my son or daughter. Way to overcome this is a little bit different than other family or friends. I understand, my parents actually do the same thing. Anytime that they have a home improvement project, I have them call me and I always ask them the same 3 questions. Do you like the company? Do you like the person sitting in front of you? Do you trust them? Whenever you do get the contract signed with them, be prepared to get a call from the son or the daughter, maybe just probing, asking you further questions, sometimes even along the lines of insinuating that you may be, taking advantage of their parents or whatever. Just use that time to introduce yourself, assure them that nobody's gonna take care of their mom or dad better than you, and make sure you follow through with that, of course. But as you can imagine, if they don't contact them and then they contact them after, there may be some further investigating from a good son or daughter just to make sure that their parents are being taken care of. Don't take that personal. Use that as an opportunity to show them your character, who your company is, and rest them assured and provide them some peace of mind. And you never know, you might actually even gain another potential prospect or customer out of their son or daughter by showing them how well you treat their parent. And number 10 is what we call mum's the word. When nothing is being said. Basically, when you present the price and nothing's said and one looks at the other. Sit back and shut up. Let a little bit of time go by and then you can kind of close them. This is a very strong close. If they're quiet and they're looking at each other, step in, say, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson, I don't know how it is in your home, but in mine, my wife and I typically talk about investments. I actually have about 5 to 10 more photos that I need to take. Is it okay if I just step outside and take these photos while you guys talk? This is going to remove yourself and let them talk a little bit. And also, if they say, yeah, go ahead, in my eyes, I think that's a good sign because they know you're gonna go out and take photos. If they weren't gonna approve of what you just said and the price that you just presented, a lot of times they'll tell you right there, well, there's really no need to go further. I think we're gonna choose another company. That kind of allows you to let them talk. They know you're gonna come back in and try to get them to sign. So if they okay it, in my eyes, I really feel like it's a done deal because from my experience, they have pretty much told me up front, they're not going with you then. And then you kind of have to try to overcome that. And if you can't, you can't. But ask them to step outside, take another 5 to 10 pictures, come back in, ask for the business. Guys, I want to give a huge shout out to somebody that I follow diligently. If you're in any type of sales or you take sales seriously, you probably have heard of him, but this is just a fraction of Chuck Toki and Top Rep. We study these cards in my company. We go through them a lot. It's religion and it's helped us a ton. So if you don't have these, go get them from Chuck Toki. And if you're looking for a sales coach or an organization, I would highly recommend him and checking out what he has at Top Rep. Hope this helps and good luck in the future. And be sure to check out this video that YouTube is recommending you.